Hey guys, I'm glad that the motherboard and the processor survived. So I just want to share with you a few basic things about the differences between the Maximus 10 and the previous generation Maximus 9, and also with the i7 between the generation 7 and 8. So a bit basic things, because I know that there are really smart and good guys out there with channels like, for example, Linus Tech Tips and JC's 2 Cents. Those are examples that are more talking about techs and things like that. So I just want to say a few basic things about these two generations.
As a very serious consumer, I pay extra close attention to the details, and something that didn't have the previous generation, the Maximus 9 Hero, it was these little designs in the box. So as you can see, those little things. Also, in the letter, look, they glow. So that's something that didn't have the previous box. So there are some small things. And this is the first look. When you open the box, you can see the Welcome to the Republic. So nice. And also something that it's different, or they added in this version, it was this plate here where it goes M.2, the hard drive M.2. So they add this metal part, and also it's you can turn on, it turns light too. Other things, another thing is that they added an extra header for the USB 2.0. So as you see here, the two USB 2.0, and here only has one. But also they added this like cover around the pins, and that's cool. I like it. They put that to both of them. And here is only one, and it's just plain. It doesn't have any I don't know, little wall cover. And that was a good addition, because in the Maximus Hero 9, okay, let me show you. I use this case, the NZXT S340, the VR Elite version. I can put the VR here. So, but I put my charger cable. So, as you can see here, we have 4 USB port and two 3.0 and 2 2.0. Maximus Hero 9 only had one header for that port, for the 2.0. So I connected these two for use, the front panel of the case. But when I got the water cooler, I got the Corsair, the H159, and that water cooler used 3 connections. One goes to the CPU fan header. That one moved the water pumping. Another one goes to the two fans that the radiator uses, and then the last one use 2.0, the USB 2.0 turns the light, the nice light. Let me show you. See here, nice Corsair. So that's to be able to turn on that light, you have to connect that connector in the USB 2.0 header. Maximus Hero 10 brought 2 headers for USB 2.0. So now I can have my 2 ports here, 2 connections, port connection, USB 2.0, and my lights together. That was awesome. For the benchmark, I'm using 3 applications: the CPU Z, the Geekbench, and the Zine Bench. Zine, like C-I-N-E bench, Zine Bench. So I'm using those 3 applications, and before taking apart the old motherboard and the old CPU, I'm going, of course, I made the benchmark, and then now the next step is taking apart, disassemble everything to install the new pieces, and then proceed to do the benchmark and compare. So let's do it. And for me, I just love doing this. I can spend hours and hours working with, oh my goodness. My love, I'm trying to make this video.
Oh, I'm practicing my Tarzan.
Oh, yeah, I noticed it.
Sorry, baby.
Okay, so I just love doing this. I can spend hours and hours. I don't get tired, guys. I just love it. Now I'm done. As you can see, I'm ready to connect everything and test it. Let's see. Okay, I connected everything and it's working properly, so I'm glad. Now let's do the tests with the 8th gen. Let's see, and then let's compare. Let's do it. Let's see what we have here. This is the Geekbench results. In the left side, I have the new gen, the 8700K. In the right side, I have the previous gen, the 7700K. And I see here that the new gen in the single core score has 5,941, and the previous gen has 5,802. Kind of not a lot of difference, like a 139 more or less. And but I can see here that the multi-core score it's a lot more. It's 25,822, and the old version has 19,000. So it's more apart now. It's more noticeable. Okay, this is with the Geekbench. Let's go to the CPU Z benchmark application. It's the same here. I have the left side, I have the new gen. In the right side, I have the previous gen. I see here in the CPU single thread has 556.3. In the previous gen, it's 554. It's even more closer than the Geekbench result, but still the new gen has more. It's higher, and but just 4 points, something like that, 3.8. And but in the CPU multi-thread is 4,000. The new gen is 4,158. The previous gen is 2,870. Now it's like the same that the Geekbench application. It's more noticeable the differences in between the new gen and the previous gen. Probably is directly because the new gen has 6 core and the previous has 4. So in the CPU and the multi-thread, it works better. And let's go to the last results with the this is the Zine Bench. Okay, this one is the the new gen, the 8700K. I have CPU, the 1565 CV. You might wonder what is CV. Let's go to the result of the previous gen. Okay, it's 1029. Yeah, it's like a 400 and something points apart. So all the results it's the new gen had a better result, better score, right? Even like we could see that in the single core thread, I was more close, but even though it was higher the new gen. Two really cool things of the new motherboard, the Maximus Hero 10, is that has Bluetooth integrated and Wi-Fi, and including an antenna for better reception. Well guys, basically this is it. The last thing I'm going to do is test to the new gen. I'm going to open a few applications and including a video game, and let's see how it behave the processor in real life, in real time. I think one of the best thing of the new 8th gen processor, it's the temperature. You will see. Let me show you. Okay, as you see, I have several applications open, including a video game, Far Cry 5. Just came out a couple weeks ago, I think, more or less. And the game, basically, I put everything on top. As you see, ultra high, because just that's the top high, doesn't have ultra, that option, water. So I put everything in the highest level of the graphic card, and let's see the game. And look the game. Really pretty. In the left top corner, you can see that the frame is staying 60. Right? Someone is looking for me. So can play a little bit. Okay, if we go out, and then we can see that I have fraps on, turn on. I have the core temp on, and look how good the temperature stays. Look guys, the highest is 67 Celsius. That's really good. I mean, I was gaming, I have another application, I was browsing, and that's the highest. And I have the CPU is overclocked already, and look the temperature, how even doesn't reach 70, and that's really good. You know, like temperature affects the performance of a processor. So guys, I think this is it. Something else is that when I received the new pieces, I posted the old ones, the old processor and motherboard in KSL. 3-4 days later, a guy called me that was interested. I sold them for $420. So, doing the math, I only had to pay to get the new pieces $174. And the question is, in my case, you know, if someone has already the 7th gen and is able to sell it and get the new one and pay the differences, I would say do it. I did. I'm really happy. As you could see in the benchmark, the Gen 8, the new gen, it's better, has better result, better performance. Also, as you could see, while I was gaming with Far Cry with everything on top, I had a really good frame per second. Also, I had my editing video applications on, my camera, microphone. I had the fraps application on. I had the core temp. I have several applications, Windows browsing, and including the Far Cry with all the graphic specs on top. So, and the processor temperature was 67 Celsius. That's great. And I have overclocked, like as I mentioned before, the processor, and I just I would say yes, it's worth it. That's my opinion. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed my test between the new and the previous generation of the processor Intel i7 and the Asus Maximus Hero 9 and 10. So guys, thank you for watching this video, and see you later, alligator.